Welcome to Gooner Reports, your go-to YouTube channel for daily Arsenal news, match analysis, transfer updates, and fan discussions. Whether it's breaking news from the Emirates, tactical breakdowns, or post-match reactions, we've got you covered. Arsenal head into January, not as hopeful challengers, but as Premier League leaders carrying expectation. A 6-point advantage at the summit, built on consistency, resilience, and tactical maturity, has altered the conversation around Mikel Arteta's side. This is no longer about progress or promise, it is about capitalising on a window of opportunity. History shows that title races are rarely decided in January, but they can certainly be lost there. Squad depth, injury management, and marginal gains often prove decisive in the spring. Arsenal's position, combined with emerging vulnerabilities among their closest rivals, has turned the winter window into a strategic crossroads. What Arsenal do, or choose not to do over the coming weeks, could shape not just this season, but the club's competitive arc for years to come. Declan Rice's brace in the dramatic 3-2 victory over Bournemouth was more than just 3 points. It was a statement of character, a reminder that Arsenal can win games even when rhythm deserts them. That result, combined with Manchester City's late concession against Chelsea at the Etihad, widened Arsenal's lead and subtly shifted psychological pressure elsewhere. For the first time in this title race, Arsenal are not chasing, they are being chased. That distinction matters. It affects mentality, preparation, and crucially, transfer strategy. Clubs leading the table in January face a delicate balance: strengthen without disrupting chemistry, and improve depth without undermining trust in those who earn the position. Arteta has spoken repeatedly about non-negotiables: attitude, adaptability, and tactical intelligence. Any January additions must align with those principles. Arsenal's immediate schedule underlines the challenge ahead. A high-stakes meeting with Liverpool at the Emirates precedes a 10-day break from league action, but that pause is misleading. Domestic cups, European commitments, and compressed weeks loom large. January is traditionally when injuries accumulate, fatigue bites, and rotations are forced rather than chosen. Arsenal have already felt the cost of thin margins in past title races. Last season's late wobble remains a reference point inside the club, even if it is rarely mentioned publicly. Depth is not about luxury signings. It is about insurance. If Arsenal are to win the league, it is not enough to be good. They must also be ruthless when rivals falter. Manchester City's situation at the back presents precisely that scenario. The injury to Josko Gvardiol, reportedly severe enough to threaten the remainder of his season, has left Pep Guardiola dangerously short of defensive options. Ruben Dias's recent issue only compounds the problem. For a side whose dominance is built on control, positional discipline, and build-up security, defensive instability is more than an inconvenience, it is a systemic threat. City's reported interest in Crystal Palace captain Marc Guehi is telling. It signals urgency, not opportunism. From Arsenal's perspective, the Marc Guehi situation is revealing not because they are directly involved, but because of what it says about their main rival. Palace have already resisted Liverpool's interest and, publicly at least, remain determined to keep their captain until the summer. Oliver Glasner's comments were blunt, almost defiant. Losing Guehi now would weaken Palace significantly, even if it meant recouping value before a free transfer. If Palace hold firm, City remain exposed defensively. If Palace sell, City may be forced to overpay or rush integration. Either outcome subtly favours Arsenal. Title races are often defined by who blinks first. Arsenal's ability to maintain stability while City scramble for solutions could be decisive. Arsenal are reportedly leading the race to sign teenage midfield talent Ayoub Bouadi. Fresh reports suggest the Gunners are currently at the front of the queue as they monitor his development ahead of a possible move. Club scouts see Bouadi as a long-term investment, not a short-term gamble. This is exactly the type of profile Arsenal have focused on in recent seasons. Young, technically gifted, and capable of growing inside Mikel Arteta's system. From a fan point of view, this shows smart planning. Arsenal are not just thinking about winning now, but also about building a team that stays competitive for years. January transfer window. The January transfer window is now officially open. Arsenal finished last year in style with a dominant 4-1 victory over Aston Villa, extending their lead at the top of the Premier League to 5 points. Manchester City still have a game to play, but Arsenal remain focused on themselves and the momentum they have built. Off the pitch, transfer rumours are starting to heat up. Antoine Semenyo. Update: one player linked with Arsenal is Antoine Semenyo. Both Arsenal and Manchester City admire the forward, but current reports suggest Arsenal prefer a summer move rather than rushing into a January deal. This decision reflects patience from the club. No panic buying, just calm planning. Gooner transfer push. One of the most exciting names linked to Arsenal is Arda Güler. Reports from Spain claim Arsenal are prepared to step up their interest in the Real Madrid midfielder this January. Güler has struggled for consistent minutes, despite being highly rated. Real Madrid manager Xabi Alonso has even compared him to Mesut Ozil, which will excite Arsenal fans. Arsenal believe they can offer Güler regular football and a clear role in a possession-based system. The reported fee could be close to £70 million, with Manchester United also monitoring the situation. Rodrigo transfer battle. Arsenal are also reportedly in a three-way battle with Manchester City and Liverpool for Real Madrid forward Rodrigo. The Brazilian was linked with Arsenal last summer but chose to stay in Spain. However, after limited starts this season, reports suggest he is already preparing for a move. Whether that happens in January or next summer remains to be seen, but this would be a huge statement signing. Arteta on squad rotation. Mikel Arteta has been speaking about squad roles during this busy period. He explained that players must always be ready, whether they start matches, come off the bench, or step in unexpectedly. Arteta praised the mentality of his squad and highlighted how important commitment and preparation are during a title race. Leon Goretzka links. Arsenal have also held early talks with the representatives of Bayern Munich midfielder Leon Goretzka. The German international has seen his role reduced, and while Arsenal are interested, Tottenham are currently seen as the favourites. This raises an important fan debate. Should Arsenal bring in experience now, or continue focusing on youth? Arsenal transfer budget. According to football finance expert Kieran Maguire, Arsenal could spend over £100 million in January if the right players are available. The biggest challenge is finding players who fit both the sporting project and competition rules. Defensive target. Arsenal are also monitoring Eintracht Frankfurt left-back Nathaniel Brown. The 22-year-old has impressed this season with goals and assists from defence. Frankfurt are said to value him at around £57 million. So, Arsenal fans, the January window is officially underway. Young talents, elite stars, and major transfer decisions are all on the table. What should Arsenal prioritise this month? Future planning or immediate impact? Let me know your opinion in the comments.